Welcome one and all to another C-list Saturdays with Villainous and Evil. Hi, Red. How you doing tonight, my brother?
Hey, buddy. You mentioned offline that you're a big boy, and I asked you if you had a big bladder.
I guess I have a big bladder.
You have a big bladder, okay?
I
Because
got a big bladder.
I wanted to ask you now.
Okay.
What was the longest you've held your piss before you really had to go? And then I'll add how long. What was the longest time you held onto your poop before you
Okay.
eventually?
Okay. How about a flight from San Francisco to Hong Kong? I held it the whole flight
No shit. That's about at least 16 hours.
from the beginning. From the beginning of the flight, I had to go, but for some reason, I just didn't want to go on the plane because I don't know what was going on with my brain at that time. But 16 hours, yeah, that's about right. Yeah, I
How old were
held for that
you
whole.
when that happened?
I think that was like 6 years ago. So
Oh, okay. I thought it was during the time that you were living in Japan.
no, 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 no. I
That's
was going. I was on my way to Bangkok with my niece Ashley. We were traveling together, and
oh,
so
okay.
it's a long story about Philippine Airlines. So it was a big, long story about Philippine
Oh,
Airlines.
so you were on my people's airlines.
I wasn't. We. Is it okay if I? Because we had stuff to plan, but I guess we're going to go on a tangent. And I'll tell this story.
Yeah, do
Um,
it. Do it.
uh, about I'd say 8 hours before the flight, I call Philippine Airlines and say, "Wait for speak to a human." I just didn't get the information online.
Okay.
If the flight was going, the flight was going, flight was going. I called 4 hours. Flight was going, flight was going. So we get there. There's nobody at the gate. They're in the SFO's terminal to check in the bags. Nobody,
All
zero.
right.
And then all these other elderly Filipino people started lining up in line. And me and Ashley were actually the first people in line, and
Okay.
nobody's there. And it's 2 hours to the flight, and nobody's checking in. All of a sudden, this lady comes and says, "Oh, the flight has been canceled. There's nobody here to help." And then the you know the sigh, and then everyone starts mumbling and complaining. Well, I started complaining even louder because
All right.
I didn't know what to do. I never was in this situation before. I never had a flight canceled, and I didn't even have a ride back home because the people that took me and Ash to the airport already left. So I was mad as hell, and I was making a big ruckus. And all of a sudden, this guy comes out from behind this facade wall and tells me to calm down and come with him. So he takes me like to the side away from all the people and tells me to shut up, basically to shut up. And I'm
Calm your
like,
tits, Mike.
I'm like, well, if you want me to shut up, you better get me on another flight. So he says, well, there's no Philippine Airlines flight leaving tonight. It's leaving tomorrow. I'll get you on tomorrow. I was like, no, I already paid for a hotel and I already paid for things going on that so that I wasn't going to miss flying. I'm going to fly tonight. I don't care how you're going to get me on a plane, but I'm flying tonight. So he told me, he said, just wait right here. Don't make any more noise. Because I had all the crowd riled up and they were all like screaming and yelling now. I had everybody,
They're rallying behind the white man, huh?
all these elderly Filipino people, women and men. I mean, the youngest one had to be 65, and they were all like shouting in Tagalog, all kinds of profane things at that woman who came out first. They didn't see the guy because, like I said, he came out of this facade wall. So
Okay.
about 15 minutes later, he
All right, hold
says,
on, hold
"I
on.
got
Let's
you on a
catch up with
flight."
so. Let's catch up with something. So I asked Mike what was the longest. I guess how long. Oh wait, let me rephrase the
How,
question.
how
How
long I
long
held
did
my pee?
yeah? How long did Mike held his pee? And then now you go into a story of the time where he held his pee for the longest time, and it started out with having a complaint about a canceled flight through Philippine Airlines. Go ahead and continue, Mike.
So, and then I'm waiting there by myself, and Ashley's still the first person in line, and I left her alone, and she don't know what what's going on, what I'm doing, where I'm at, what's going on. And all of a sudden, the guy comes back and he hands me 2 plane tickets, business class on Cathay Pacific to Hong Kong, Hong Kong to Bangkok. So he says, just go over there and you get on the flight because it's leaving in like 40 minutes.
That's actually
So
a pretty respectable airline, Cathay Pacific.
yeah, it was
That or Eva Air, which
even
really,
beautiful. I love them both. I love them
yeah,
both.
yeah.
Asiana,
This was 2 years ago.
Asiana is a great airline too.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
anyways, so I go over there and grab Ashley and say, Ashley, come on, let's go grab your suitcases. We need to check in this flight. And the guy told me, don't make a noise, just sneak away so all the other elderly Filipino people didn't see what's going on. So me and Ashley got on the flight. All those other people had to leave the next morning.
Wow.
And that's why I had to held my pee, because I was still so wound up about the whole rigmarole of not being able to be on the flight.
The rigmarole of a canceled flight. You hold your pee in for 16 hours between SFO to
Hong Kong.
Tokyo, Hong Kong. Wow. Did you even drink and add on to the pee, or?
I did have they serve you a meal at night, and then they serve you breakfast in the morning.
Okay,
so but between that there's a snack and 2 beverage things. So I'm drinking soda through the 2 beverage things.
Okay, and did you have an aisle seat? And you had the business class tickets though.
I had business. I had the big wide seat.
And you didn't partake in the restroom, which is odd because you were too riled up.
I was so riled up. You don't know how riled up I was. I mean, you see me angry a little bit.
I've seen you mad. I've seen you mad.
But that night I was livid. I was livid.
Okay, all right. How did it feel after you released the demons after you find a toilet when you arrived at Hong Kong?
It's just like any other time you held it for a while. It felt good. You kind of put your hands up and.
Did you were you? Did you get the shakes? The
Oh,
actual like your soul leaving your body because oh my god, that was like the best thing in the world.
Absolutely, and then it's always one of those long peas that take like 5-10 minute peas.
Yeah,
it was those pee.
Okay, I've never had a long piss like that. I say 45 seconds is the most I've let it go, but yeah, wow.
Well, it probably was 45 seconds, but it felt like
it
felt
5
like
minutes.
Okay. Yeah, it felt like forever.
Yeah. So 16 hours is the longest you've held your pee. Okay, for me, I don't have like a elaborate story, but definitely probably the longest I've held my pee was around at least 4 hours, and that's between here, home, and a drive towards Southern California, and then I finally made a pit stop in, I think, outside of the Grapevine. So that's probably the longest I've held my piss. Not your 16 hours. I did 4, and I was drinking like those big gulps from 7-Eleven.
Well, that'll make you pee a big gulp. Hey, let me ask you a question. Have you ever had to pee so bad? Oh yeah, I've been in the hospital for my bladder infection from holding my pee. But have you ever had to pee so bad, like driving to Los Angeles, that you actually peed in the water bottle while you're driving?
No,
you didn't pull over. You just held it there, and while you're driving.
No, I have to pull over. I can't do one hand on the steering wheel and the other one on the bottle in order for me to aim at the neck of the bottle. Because I'm Asian, so I don't have the length that you do. I can't just snake it through the fucking neck of the bottle and then and just penetrate it. It's I have to be up there. I have to be my balls will have to touch the bottle. I don't have the length of the white guy. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So I would have to stop.
All right.
I would have to stop to piss.
Okay.
And at that point, I wouldn't need to piss in the bottle. I'm just pissing outside on the road.
Well, that's what I probably would have did too. But I've did the bottle thing several times going to Los Angeles.
Okay, maybe not on the road, but I would probably the only time I did have to pee in the bottle. I don't know, maybe I can't recall where was I at, but I remember there was no restrooms in the place, and I was kind of trapped inside. So then I had to pee in the bottle. I think it was like jury duty. I think it was jury duty.
Wow, jury duty.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They again, there was just no way of getting out there and using the restroom. I know they let you, but no. Okay, and then hold on. So it says
You,
no water bottle like the movie.
like the movies?
Girls have to pull over at the rest stop. Yes, rest stops, but rest stops are
You know they
few and
make
far
those things
between.
for girls now. It's shaped like a U and it has a tube.
Yeah, it's like
I forgot what
a
it's called.
funnel. It's a funnel, but it's shaped to mold the crotch. That way they can be standing up. Great
I
invention.
I
Great
seen
invention.
one on Amazon. I was like, wow, that's cool.
I mean, it could double up as like a mask with a pointed end, right?
Pinocchio, right?
With the
If you
straps on it.
lie, you
Uh,
go.
but yeah, okay. So the accompanying question to that is now, if you held on your pee for 16 hours, what was the longest you held your poop?
Not too long because I usually have to go a lot. Maybe not as much as you. I'd say a shorter flight, like going to Texas, had to hell of it, like the 4 hour flight to Texas, and then time I got to my sister's house. So maybe 5 hours, maybe
5
six
hours. Huh?
hours.
I
Yeah.
got you beat. I got you beat. Try 4 days.
No way. That's
Yeah,
that's unhealthy. 4
4 days. I was
days.
too shy. It was sixth grade. I was at science camp, and I knew all my like other roommates from grade school will like fuck around in our main toilet area. So it's like, dude, I'm not letting anybody fuck around without taking a shit. So like, yeah, I've held on to it for like 4 days until like the night
Did
before we left camp, and like in the middle of the night, I just let the demons out right there.
Did
Like,
you did your stomach hurt or did you feel
oh
bloated or
yeah, there was many times when the turtle head would pop out, and I have like not like intentionally push it back in, but I have to clench my cheeks. It's like, oh shit, I'm not pooping right now. We're having a fucking square dance. I'm not pooping right now.
square dance? Square
That was the weirdest feeling, is having to poop during the square dance. Like heel toe, poop, poop, poop.
dance. Wow, that's amazing. 4 days is amazing. I don't
No,
think
so I was just shit shy. Shit shy. As a kid in sixth grade, like 12 years old, yeah. Sometimes you you don't want to poop in public places. I didn't even poop in grade school. Like, not poop at the school. I pooped at home.
me
Luckily, my
neither.
home.
I didn't need. I didn't either. Well, I hate to tell you, I didn't poop in grade school at all. I mean,
Yeah,
I
until
would.
until high school, it was like, all right, fuck it. I'm in the locker room with other boys. I'm gonna shit right here. But grade school is like, I don't know why it's frowned upon just to poop at school.
Yeah,
Uh,
I didn't poop. I didn't poop at grade school either. But I didn't hold it for 4 days either. Shit shy. Shit shy.
Dude, it was a fucked up situation, man. Like, some of the other kids got dragged out of the restroom pooping. Like, okay, this is not cool. I'm not gonna do
Wow,
that.
you had a tough elementary
No,
school.
I had a bunch of jokers in grade school. It's like, I didn't want to fuck around there, especially when I'm pooping. Besides, the ladies' cabins were on the other side of ours. So if any
Did you? Let me ask you a
fuckery was going
question.
on,
Do you remember your grade? You remember your grade school toilet? Did it have doors? Because mine didn't have doors.
yes, it had doors. It had doors,
Oh, you
but
had
we had a
doors.
pee
You
in a
had doors.
trough. We had a trough
Yeah,
for a
we had
urinal.
we had the trough too.
Yeah, and then but the actual uh, what do you call it, the head, the toilets were separated with dividers and shit, and yeah, you had privacy,
Hmm.
but there
My
there
my
was
school
no
didn't have them.
There was no air circulating in the building though, because all you had was windows, and we're talking about a school that was built during the 1970s. So none of the classrooms had air conditioning nor centralized air, except the newer parts of the school where there's a bunch of um, portables with AC units and such. But yeah, the older part of the school did not have all that stuff. So yes, you could smell everybody's poop coming out of the restroom. And yes, that's why people like didn't want to poop at school.
Didn't want to poop at school.
Yeah, because people will hear you or people will smell you from the outside because of the window. It's like, who's that pooping?
This sounds like a Rick and Morty episode. Hey, what happened? Where'd you go, Red? Hello, Red. Red. Well,
Sorry
I
about
guess we lost Red.
Did I come back?
Yeah, you're back. You're back. For
All
a
right,
minute, I
sorry.
was like, "Where'd you go?"
I accidentally pressed the button.
Oh, no problem.
You said it was a Rick and Morty situation, you said?
Yeah, it looks like a Rick and Morty. We can make a Rick and Morty, another Rick and Morty show about it. I mean, he already had a show about pooping.
Yeah, well, that was the King Shit episode where he had a private toilet in some paradise planet, and then some wayward alien came by and used it, and now he noticed it like that scene in Step Brothers where what's his face saw that his drum set was misplaced.
Tampered with. Yeah.
Yeah. So Rick sees his toilet, looks like it's got some smudges on it or whatever, and then he goes and checks the poop and analyzes it and says and finds out it was somebody else that pooped in his toilet. And he goes through the whole episode of who the fuck pooped there, and then he goes and torments this guy the whole episode, and then he dies. Not Rick,
Yep.
but
the guy does. Yeah.
Yeah. Then he feels bad that
he feels bad
until he died
because he ended up liking the guy. He ended up liking the guy.
Yeah.
Shy pooper.
What did he do? He ended up cloning him.
Yeah, and put him in a bag.
Yeah. Okay, Rick. I thought you were like this high and mighty asshole, but then you have actual feelings about people that you think you don't like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you even hear anything if there's going to be a new season this year? Because ever since we 2 years ago was the writer strike, and then we got the Rick and Morty anime, but that wasn't. I don't think it's canon.
No, that's not. I don't know. I miss Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty is a great show to watch.
Yeah. Well, also season 7 took about 2.5 years for it to produce. So I think we're at that point again.
Because who had to be replaced.
Those guys who replaced Justin Roiland are doing a passable job. So until they get the cadence down the way Justin had done for both Rick and Morty, then just give them another season. They'll probably get it down. And Mitchell says, I haven't watched King of the Hill in ages. King of the Hill.
Yeah. Well,
damn it, Bobby.
Well,
damn it, Bobby.
Well, Bobby. You know something about King of the Hill? Unless you lived in Texas, you really don't understand about the barbecue and the hanging out in the alley thing. I never realized that till I was in Texas, because they barbecue in the front lawn. They don't barbecue in the back lawn. It's in the front lawn.
Well, because you want to attract your neighbors and then try to get them to eat your food. Is that why?
I don't know why, but I assume it's because you want to have your neighbors come over and drink beer and conversate and have a kind of a
that's like your
friendly kind of thing. But
yeah, that's like
everybody barbecues in the front lawn.
Okay.
Yeah. They barbecue in the front lawn just like in King of the Hill.
I mean, that's such a very Texas thing. That's a very Texas thing. Over here, we just hang out on the front lawn and pass a joint.
You can't do that there. You get arrested.
Nowadays, it's okay as long as you're.
No, it's still illegal in Texas.
Oh yeah, okay. But here it's fine.
Yeah, here it's fine. But
fine. Yeah, you're not driving and smoking You know, and you're not dealing. You're just consuming marijuana
Partaking,
on. Yeah,
partaking.
yeah.
I send my niece gummies like like once a month.
Oh, what's how many milligrams of THC on that?
She likes the ones now with sativa in it.
Okay, so the 10 milligrams of THC
Yeah,
or more.
yeah, yeah, yep,
It's it's to help her sleep, right? To help her
yep,
sleep.
yep.
Yeah, I had a coworker that like really like got into that because he had a hard time sleeping because of stress and had a dealer from like south of my area and like cook him up with a couple of stronger ones. So hey, if it's better than your typical prescribed
Yep.
sleeping pills,
Like
I think
Flexadrill or some muscle relaxer. Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. I'm all for it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
For me, I don't think I can take marijuana or any kind of THC anymore. It makes me paranoid.
Really?
I get a fucked up high. So it's what we call getting stuck. You feel like you start like floating away from your body and you see everything in third person view. It's like, and now you're just watching from afar, like, okay, my body's just on the couch, just watching people, and I'm over here up in the air somewhere.
Wow.
It's weird, and then that's when the paranoia kind of sets in, and like, and it's like, man, when am I gonna come down off of this high? Because this isn't feeling good at all. Like, am I gonna die?
It just makes me sleepy.
Oh shit! Oh, and there's the other time. Some guy I shared a joint with at work at the restaurant, Murray Counters. If you guys don't know, E-Man and I used to work there. This guy slipped me a joint, and it was laced with PCP.
Wow.
Boy, that was the most fucked up high I ever had. Dude. I thought I was gonna die at that point.
Yeah, I
Like,
believe it. That's some
like
strong shit.
yeah, it was. I was driving home after I smoked out with that guy, and my hands clenched the steering wheel, and I started breathing quick and heavily. Yeah, and then I panicked, like, oh shit, it's that time. I'm gonna die here going before I get home. So I pulled up to the next exit and spent the next 3 hours crying because it's like and praying to God, like, oh shit, I'm gonna die here. I shouldn't have fucking smoked with that guy. And yeah, after that, I never smoked with that guy, and he ended up getting fired.
Well, there was a good ending to that one, right?
I didn't get him fired at all. You seem like a cool dude. Just didn't tell me that shit was laced.
Oh, that's not cool.
All right, live where you learn. Red's version of the Yellow Submarine.
That's a
Yeah.
good one, Miss So. I like it.
Yes.
We all live in a yellow submarine.
So that's our take. I mean, we went from like the time you held in your pee and your poop, and now into like weed. It was a great start, Mike.
Yeah, it's a great start. Don't we love our show? That's why we're villainous and evil. Because we're
evil.
that's why we're villains and evil.
We're not influencers. We're villains.
Yeah, we're villains.
But-
We're not out there to make good. We're out there to make bad.
Yes. Oh, but
That's why we got a famous Miss So watching us to make sure we don't go over the edge.
sometimes we might have to go over the edge, Mike. Sometimes. You know, the one time you went over the edge, it got us like 25,000 views. I think you were supposed to be canceled.
Well, maybe we should go over the edge some more.
I know, right? I know. It would be fun. It would be fun, but when we get everything set up with the brand new show, we'll keep the same time slot, but we'll get everything. That way, we don't get the rest of the villains in trouble. So I was like, okay,
Yep.
we might be able to be more unhinged.
Hinged.
Unhinged. But to go on with that, before we get started with the rest of the show, we'd like to play this and deepest condolences to the family. We lost George Foreman years ago, and George Foreman is the former boxing heavyweight contender or champion.
Two
Yeah,
two time,
two-time
two time.
and beat Muhammad Ali.
No, he
No,
lost to he lost to Muhammad Ali in the Rumble in the Jungle, but he beat Joe Louis, and that's
oh,
how he got famous. He beat
but
Joe
Joe
Louis.
Louis, when he fought Joe Louis was already 100 years old.
Well, still, he still beat him. I mean, when Manny Pacquiao beat some of his guys, they were 100 years old too, right?
Yeah, yeah, and then he comes out of retirement and fights again. I think he fights
At
Lennox
age
Lewis?
40, at age 42, he fought. God, I knew who he fought. Jesus Christ, it just had
Either
a brain fart.
Lennox Lewis or Riddick Bowe, one of those guys.
No, he didn't fight them for the champion. He fought somebody else for the champion. I forgot who it is. But
No,
he's
no, it's
also at age 19. He was in 1968. He won the gold medal in the Olympics.
oh yeah, that's right. How old were you in 1968, Michael?
5, 6, something like that.
Man, I wasn't even alive yet. For real, I didn't hear about it. So
It doesn't count if you don't hear about it.
no, but she meant the death of George Foreman,
Oh,
the
definitely.
creator of the George Foreman grill.
You know how many grills he sold? I heard it today. 1,800,000 George Foreman grills were sold.
The original one, or because there are others. There's the George Foreman Light and
No, the
George
original,
Foreman XL.
the original one.
Okay.
There's a lot of grills sold.
I have one here. It's good for what it is, and it cooks bacon nice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it because the slope that all the grease will come down, and it comes into this little grease catcher, and it was more for like burgers and steaks, but the burgers and steaks never really turned out the way you wanted it to be. Like if it came out on an actual grill,
Right.
but for bacon, it's because it's a press that it keeps the bacon squeezed in
Flat.
there, yeah, and then lets it drain, and then becomes crispy. So you can even do like grilled cheese sandwiches on there.
Really? Well, I
Yeah.
never owned one, so I don't know. I was one of the 1,800,000 that never bought one.
I'll put it in your Christmas sock for this year. How about that?
You know what? You know what I seen today? In Japan, their vending machines are quite famous in Japan, vending machines. But
yeah, they call gotcha machines, right?
Inside was a tiny, like microscopic, not microscopic, but tiny rice cooker that actually cooks rice.
Oh yeah, I've seen those.
You seen those?
Yeah, because someone on IG does a miniature kitchen cooking show, and it's part of their set. So
they only put like a little 3 grains of rice.
Yeah, 3 or 4 grains like it fit.
That's so cool.
They have like a miniature frying pan and like a miniature stove. It's all the scale too. Like a tiny person or like a little rat can cook food there from Ratatouille or some shit, right? But the dishes themselves are also scaled back in order to fit the portions that they're cooking on that little grill or that little the kitchenette.
So cool.
And
when I seen it, I thought it was like a CGI kind of thing,
yeah.
But no, it really was cooking the rice and everything like that.
I mean, it's probably this size, like the size of.
Yeah, it's like that size. Yeah, exactly.
You won't get full, but it's nice that you can actually.
No, I don't mean to eat from it, but I mean something so small like that is amazing.
Yeah. I think the last episode that I've seen that person.
Ready there?
Hello, right here.
I'm right here. You're back. You're back.
Wow, is my internet that bad today? Hello, check 1 2.
I lost you twice. You're here. I got you.
Okay, that is odd. I thought I'm connected. All right, I'm back on.
You're there. You're there.
All right, good. All right, so yeah, the last episode I seen with that the miniature kitchen, I think they did sashimi. So they had 1 grain of rice, 1 grain of rice, and the 1 smoked salmon, like I don't know. I have nothing there to give it a good scale, but it looked legit, like a real salmon roll.
Pieces. Wow, that's so
Yeah, and then
cool.
they had to really like use the X-Acto knives for the seaweed to wrap around it.
Well,
It's fucking cute and creative, but uh, I don't know. It's entertainment for me, but as a practicality, as a practical cooking utensils, no, don't use
yeah,
them.
well, but I just thought, they go to a vending machine or what gumball. I call them gumball machines because I'm an old guy. But
Huh.
you put your 50 cents in there and turn the knob, and you get a rice cooker. That'd be so cool. I wish they did that here, man. But
No,
I mean,
go ahead.
no, I was gonna say, it wouldn't be 50 cents. It'd be, $2 or $1, something like that.
I
But
think
that'd be
some of
so
them are going
cool.
for like 1,000 yen to 7,000 yen, some shit like that.
Wow,
And
wow.
I think I mean, I don't know how much is that in U.S. dollars, but I think the whole point of going through those gotcha vending machines in Japan is actually to win like the bigger prizes. I think some of them
Yen to
contain
dollar.
PlayStation 5s, Wii's, not Wii's, Switches. They even have Louis Vuitton bags, uh, like expensive designer perfumes, and am I missing something? There's a few more other luxury items on there, and then they got the rest of them have like Pokemon cards like this. At least they're valued per what you put into the machine.
7,000 yen is $46.68.
And see,
That's the conversion.
that's where they get you. That's where they get you. It's having to spend that much and then get something less in return. But some of them do have a value matching the stuff that you put in. Yeah.
So cool, though. So cool.
I mean, maybe we'll have to put Japan on our itinerary for next year too.
Yeah, well, we could go.
Yeah, we'll do the whole Asia trip, right?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can.
we can.
Yeah,
Oh, well,
yeah,
again, but depends
yeah.
if there is a working airline or airports, because outside of this country, the airports are working fine.
Yeah, it's
Inside this
this one
country,
that
however,
this one is scary.
it's
You know,
scary
I
at the moment.
to,
You going to rant? You want to go rant?
I'm going to like off cue again.
Go
Today,
ahead.
one of my coworkers who's a huge Trump person, huge Trump. She is a huge Trump person.
Oh, she's a MAGA. Okay.
So she says to me, kind of like just making small talk, that it was raining outside because she had to do the walk. I don't want to explain what the walk is at Costco, but I mean, just leave it as she had to do the walk. She comes
Meaning
back
to get all
inside and said,
all the shopping carts, right?
"No, no, no, it's something completely different.
Okay.
It's actually monitoring all the doors outside because there's so many doors uh, that are outside besides the entrance doors. It's
Okay.
just to go look and make sure all the doors. So, anyways, she does the walk and she comes inside and says it was raining. She got wet, and I didn't say nothing because I don't like her, just because I don't like her,
You
not because
tolerate.
not because she's a Trump person. I just don't like her. Okay, but she says to me it was raining outside. She got wet, and she goes. I looked at my phone, and my phone said it wasn't supposed to rain today. And then I told her Trump fired 2,500 people from NOAA, and then she looked at me like crazy for a second. She goes, "What's NOAA stand for?" And I explained to her, and then she goes, "Well, that's not right. I didn't know Trump did that." And I said, "Well, you should read what Trump's doing, and then inform yourself because you're not going to get good weather anymore because there's nobody working at NOAA." And NOAA, if people out there don't know, is the company, the agency that monitors the ocean and the weather.
Yes. Yes.
It's National Oceanic, and something else,
That's right.
meteorology, something like that.
Yeah. Well, I got
So
I got the
yeah,
weather report today from my Amazon Dot, so it let me know that it's supposed to be raining at 1 o'clock until later tonight. So there's something. At least someone's still providing weather reports from NOAA to everywhere else. But the majority of the people that be working at NOAA are also the ones keeping an eye on hurricanes, tornadoes,
All those all
other
those
weather
wonderful
phenomena.
things, all those
Yeah.
wonderful things that we need to
Oh
watch
yeah,
out for.
and even meteor
Even
showers.
meteor showers, exactly,
Like,
exactly.
okay, all right, you get rid of that. So okay, you know what? I hope nothing bad happens to you. At least for people that live in the southeast in
Yes,
hurricane area. Yeah,
Hurricane Alley, they call that.
yeah. Or even Texas, or Tornado Alley.
The tornado alley, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Miss Show says we're going to use Starlink or something instead of the monitor the weather. I don't remember. At a cost, I think. But someone has to be there to process the data, and I don't know if Starlink is or anybody in Starlink is doing that right now, unless they're doing like the integration still.
Yeah,
But
but still,
that's just plain stupid if you eliminate the agency that does it already and then not have a carryover from Starlink to or from the old system to the new system, then you're just creating more issues down the road, and then
right.
people will die for your decisions that you make there.
Yep. Well, we talked for 43 minutes and we haven't even started the show yet.
Oh, yours was 43 minutes. Yeah, I did get kicked out about 6 minutes into it. Yeah, I have a button here on my mouse.
Uh-huh.
It's a back button, and so I have to be careful not to press it because
You got a fancy mouse.
It's one of those gaming mouse. Yeah,
I think this is a gaming mouse too.
yeah. It works for it is. I gotta have a wire. I'm not one of those wireless guys because
Yeah, mine's wired too because if you're a gamer, wireless doesn't work.
yeah, the response time isn't as crisp as the one on the wire. Plus the fact that I hate changing out batteries.
Yeah, that's a pain in the ass. I agree.
Yes. This show should be called Sidetrack Villains. Yes. Yes. We have an agenda. We just haven't got to it yet. And
We have trust us. We have an agenda. We have before the show starts. We always like go over what we're going to do and what we're going to say. And then for some reason we get sidetracked. I don't know what it is.
Well, if that's the case, let's start with our first news of the day, which was Mike did send this to me the other day, and I didn't get to read it. So tell me all about this whole Thunderbolt storyline, Mike. What are you expecting out of it?
I don't know what they're going to do. I guess I assume they're going to do like a cameo with Daredevil since I guess the show is on right now. So I'm assuming they're gonna maybe have a silhouette of Daredevil in this corner of the screen or something.
Okay,
like
so
that.
so the connection between the show right now and the and then Thunderbolts within a couple months from now, that there's gonna be
Daredevil in it.
okay. Maybe Punisher. Both Daredevil and Punisher were part of the Thunderbolts, right?
Yeah, Daredevil and they're both in. So I'm assuming they're gonna have a cameo, maybe 30-second silhouette of Daredevil or just or something like that. But yeah, he's supposed to be in it since the show is doing so well.
We're only 4 episodes in, and let's talk about the show. So, Mike, did you watch the 4th episode of Daredevil Reborn?
I did my homework. I did too. Watch the 4th episode.
Okay, and you called me yesterday when I was taking a shit at work. What did you say to me when I was on the phone?
I apologize. I said I was wrong. My assumption of what Punisher was doing was wrong, and I was definitely wrong. That's not the guy who killed White Tiger, who was the Punisher. It was somebody who just dressed like the Punisher because the Punisher ends up being in the episode.
I'm not enjoying you saying I'm right. We're all just making predictions on who that person was at the end of episode 3, who was dressed in Punisher gear. But
Who
we find out later that
who assassinated White Tiger with a bullet to the head?
right, and then we find out later in episode 4 that it was like the Batman situation where, when we talk about Batman situation, there was a Dark Knight where there was copycats of Batman doing Batman's work and thinking that they're helping. And in this case, for Daredevil and Punisher, there's a bunch of Punisher wannabes out there having their tattoos and the gear and then doing Punisher stuff. Then we find out later that Frank Castle himself hasn't been doing the Punisher things because he's currently crazy.
Yeah, he's having existential problems. How's that?
Yes, and we get some phenomenal acting by John Bernthal. I think he brought back glimpses of Shane from Walking Dead.
Yes, definitely.
You know when Shane went crazy before,
and he had to get shot by Rick in the field.
Yeah. Before he went super insane, there was a point where he was like, cutting his hair and staring at the mirror, and then, because he's all mad that Rick's back and he doesn't have Lori and not a father figure to Carl anymore. That kind of gets in your head, and now we see that in Frank Castle. You get a little a tit for tat between him and I can't remember Daredevil's real name.
Matt Murdock.
Matt Murdock. Yeah, they have a little not discussion, but like a screaming match, which ends up Matt slapping Frank Castle because he brings up Foggy Nelson. And then having Matt apologize for slapping him and tell him he's out of line. So great interaction between the two. And I'm really excited for the rest of the season and how they will like play out these characters. Because it seems like they have a great chemistry on screen.
Yeah, I agree. And like I was telling you earlier before the show, that in 4 episodes, we got White Tiger, Bullseye, Punisher, Kingpin,
Vanessa Fisk,
Wilson Fisk.
No, Vanessa.
Wilson Fisk too is Kingpin. Yeah. So I mean, we got all these big giant Spider-Man characters and Daredevil characters because they're both kind of villains that go back and forth through the Marvel universe. That's already in this show in 4 episodes. What no other MCU movie can say they had 4 major characters in that short of time.
Let me recall.
I can't recall a movie that has that many I mean, you can't say end games because all those guys were in there, but
no. But we're talking about at least an origin point for somebody.
We're talking about origin stories with that many characters in it. No, there's not one.
No, not in Spider-Man.
Spider-Man didn't have that many.
Oh, you had both Green Goblin and the son of Green Goblin, Peter Parker, Mary Jane, J. Jonah Jameson, Aunt May. There's a lot. There's a lot.
But
if we're talking like the Rogue Squadron of the Spider-Man universe, then you have right now we're talking about the Tobey Maguire one, which is you got both the goblins, Dr. Connors, who eventually becomes
but he wasn't in the first one. Only Green Goblin was in the first one.
Oh, you're right. He was on the second one. He's in the second one. So I mean, So I mean, to me, that's great. I mean, for being a comic book fan, that's great to have those. You think that MCU is already doing a lot of fan service with Daredevil Reborn?
Yes, I think so. I think as a comic book guy, I'm loving it. I don't love, like you said, I'm using your words, Law and Order version of it. But Matt Murdock is a lawyer, so they got to kind of have that part of his life in the
Well, that's
show.
that there's that theme for every MCU TV show because with She-Hulk it was like a Sex in the City type of show. Uh, let's see. What was the other one? The one with Nick Fury. Secret Wars.
Secret Wars.
That one.
No,
That one's also a thriller type show, murder mystery. Uh, um, yeah, Miss
Loki.
Marvel, which felt like a sitcom. Loki was great, mostly sci-fi there. Uh, Falcon and Winter Soldier, it was like a buddy cop comedy, and or yeah, it felt like a buddy cop comedy. I'm missing another one here somewhere.
You're missing Agatha.
Agatha all along, yeah, that's another. I don't know what the genre is for that one, but that one was fun.
A musical. A musical.
Musical and like uh you know comedy, more of a comedy, like Bewitch, and then the one that started out was WandaVision. WandaVision
WandaVision.
was another like X-Files type of like kind of theme, but with the theme for Daredevil Reborn, really, yeah, it's more in the realm of like a Law and Order because it's there's a lot more law going on and seeing like the whole lifestyle that Matt Murdock is going through with his day job versus what he did in the original Daredevil series on Netflix that he was mostly doing the vigilante thing. And I think that's gonna play out further in because remember when Wilson Fish warned him like if you don the mask again that he's gonna regret it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's gonna play into that.
But I mean, you see him throughout the series. Like the horn is broken off the cow,
That
and
is such
he's playing with it and holding it in his hand.
yeah.
And one of
There's some certain significance there that he's just a constant reminder of who he is, and also the fact that how
inside,
that horn broke because his buddy Foggy got killed while fighting,
right,
you know, Bullseye.
Bullseye. But and the fourth one, you see him looking at all his
Other mask.
out of his cowls because it's a
Oh yeah, that
cowl.
was a pretty dope scene.
Yeah. So you're looking at all the different cowls of Daredevil, and then he takes his baton or however you call that swinging
A baton
cane
slash
thing,
nunchuck slash
grappling hook.
grappling hook. Yeah,
Yeah, that
he
was
starts training with it again.
he starts training with it again. He wakes up in the middle of the night and starts going to the roof and going to town. So that's kind of cool. So
Oh,
he's gonna don the costume soon.
not every superhero themed show or movie will have a montage of action and training, right? So
Right.
this it's it's a necessity so that we get that as a nice little scene there. Plus the fact that now that they showed all the cows and you yourself is a cosplayer. Like if you
Yes.
were a superhero, right, and you have all these uniforms in your closet, you go out there and just sit in your closet and say, "What the fuck am I wearing today?"
I would. Yes, I would. Yes, I would. I would think, should I don the yellow one on, or should I don the black one on, or should I don the ninja one on? Because he has his new costume is like a ninja with baggy pants
Yeah.
yeah. So I would go through all the outfits and go. This
Okay,
is what I'm wearing
okay.
today.
Let's say you're Peter Parker, right? And you have a dozen spider suits, and you have a favorite, but you kind of like feel like you're kind of feeling kind of wild today. What spider suit would you wear for this day if you feel like you want to be different today? What spider suit?
Well,
Not just Peter Parker. If you're Matt
I'm wearing
Murdock,
the fan. If I
but
was Matt Murdock,
if you're
oh,
Matt
I
Murdock
like
or
the
Peter
black
Parker, either
one.
one of those, either one of them.
Well, if I was Peter Parker, it would be my Fantastic Four one that's made by Reed Richards. And
Okay,
if I was
so
Matt
yeah,
Murdock, I would don the black one
the black one,
because the black one.
and that was during the well, who's the writer in that one?
Jim
Was it
Lee.
Casada? Huh?
I thought Jim Lee did the black one.
He wrote the Black. He wrote that series, that part of the series.
I thought he did. I could be wrong.
Uh,
The black
well,
uniform with the red DD.
well, we'll have to research that when we
Yeah.
get done here. 'Cause I can't remember shit right now.
Okay.
Okay,
But
yeah, that's
I like Peter Parker's the one that Reed Richards made him when he was a part of the Fantastic Four. I like that Spidey suit.
the what you got, the something foundation. The shit, I can't remember now. Yeah, it's the one. It's the one storyline where I think Sue Richards and somebody else like not quit the team, but they needed new members of the Fantastic Four.
Yep, and Wolverine was one, and uh, you know, in the Fantastic Four, there's a whole bunch of members.
Yeah, I remember one where it was Wolverine, Ghost Rider, Hulk, and
Hulk,
I'm missing one more.
I've Spider Man.
Spider Man. Okay, because it was the time where Sue Richards became malicious or the whatever evil version of herself, like wearing
Yeah,
the fucking the
yeah,
Maleficent
yeah.
bikini.
Yeah. You're right. Where she becomes evil because
Yeah.
I forgot what makes her evil, but she's evil. Yeah.
Oh, that was back in 1992, I think. That storyline. Damn, we're old. Okay, so you would choose those two suits, and and so do you think every superhero has that problem where they have to take some time to choose the outfit they want to wear for the day?
Except Hulk.
Oh, except Hulk, yeah,
Except
yeah.
Hulk.
Well, for him, it would just have to be spandex, anything. Just want to make sure the spandex works.
Yeah.
But he probably has a high, I guess, not dry cleaning bill, but you would have to spend a lot of money
On
on
clothing because he
clothing.
rips it all apart. Yeah.
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 Uh,
I like when Ben Grimm has long pants than the little
like booty
like
shorts.
speedos. I love when he was
Oh, the long
speedo.
pants, the booty shorts, or the wrestling trunks. I think the booty shorts are okay. The booty shorts,
Really, you like
yeah,
them? I don't like them. I
yeah,
like
but
when he wears the long
the
pants.
long pants, especially the one for the movie coming out this summer, that uniform looks pretty dope. With the turtleneck and that whole 1960s vibe kind of deal. With I think it's like the North Carolina blue and the white,
Yep.
and that's a pretty clean look, especially for Ben Grimm. There you go, swallow. Yeah, chew that ice, chew that ice. Okay, that's pretty good. All right, so what would you score this episode of Daredevil Reborn?
992.
9.2. Okay, I give it a 9.6. Pretty episode, very exciting, and yeah, it makes you look forward to the next one. I don't know how many episodes they have for this season. Was it 8?
Probably 7, right?
Oh,
You
hope
think they have
not.
8?
There's got to be more. Because if that's 8, we're at the halfway point, and there's still a lot of story to tell.
Well, hopefully they'll have a second season so they'll have the time to tell the story.
Yeah, yeah. Well, if they're gonna somehow connect to the universe via the
Thunderbolts?
or other MCU franchises, then maybe we'll get more. Okay, so Mike, you were sitting at lunch today and you started thinking about Happy Gilmore. Why?
Because we were talking about guilty pleasure movies, and I was at lunch, and for some reason I didn't want to watch the Warriors play basketball, so I was just sitting daydreaming about what other movies I like, and I was like, why not say Happy Gilmore? Because Happy Gilmore is a guilty pleasure. I mean, if I was stranded on an island, I would like to have Happy Gilmore the DVD so I can
Yeah.
watch it because it's funny as hell.
If you didn't get the score, Warriors lost to the Hawks. I forgot what the score was, but yeah. Okay, so if you were stuck on a desert island, you have a DVD player, a power source, and a TV. You have 10 DVDs to choose from. Right now,
Oh.
your first one is Happy Gilmore.
Yeah, I like Happy Gilmore. Yes, I like Happy Gilmore.
And then we'll come back next week to give your second choice of DVD. Because let's play first the original Happy Gilmore, and then we found out this week that they did release the Happy Gilmore 2 trailer as well. So let's look at the original first.
Can't wait to see Happy Gilmore too.
To the someone just texted me. Okay, all right.
How dare they text you during the show?
I
Who
know
do they
I'm
think
having
they
a
are?
goddamn show. Why are you trying to have a conversation with me right now? Here we go. Happy Gilmore, the first one. Is it playing? Is it playing? Come on.
It's
Come on,
it's.
internet.
Oh, there it goes.
If my internet is
buffering.
For 400 years, golf has been a
I am
gentleman's game. A game of tradition, etiquette, and
not a good time to be.
above all, sportsmanship. Until now.
Ready for this?
Meet Happy Gilmore. He was a
Wow.
hockey player
Internet sucked today.
My puck, baby! Don't you ever touch my puck!
who was skating on thin ice. But when his grandma needed his help,
Mrs. Gilmore owes the IRS $270,000. We're gonna have to sell the house to someone else.
But she's an old lady. I mean, look at her. She's old.
he discovered a new talent.
The house is like 400 yards away. That's unbelievable.
Now he's going from the rinks
Right up, folks. See if you can outdrive the amazing golf ball whacker guy.
to the links.
Where are you going with those clubs?
He's going to be on the tour. That's super.
Shooter
He's got the
McGavin.
swing. He's got the drive.
He shoots, he scores!
He's got the balls.
Oh, God, that hurt a little, but I'm all right.
Quite a large and economically diverse crowd here at the Invitational. I guess it's the new tour sensation, Happy Gilmore.
Hey, if I saw myself in clothes like those, I'd have to kick my own ass.
And while he's trying to keep Granny out of the rest home,
I'm telling you, this place is perfect. You're gonna make friends in no time.
he's driving the game of golf
Why didn't you just go home? That's your home. Are you too good for your home? Answer me!
straight into the ground.
Damn you people, this is golf!
I'm Bob Barker. Looks like you and I are going to be playing together today. This guy sucks. All right, let's go.
Universal Pictures presents Adam Sandler
The price is wrong, Bob.
as golf's missing link.
Oh, they cut it out. They cut it out. They cut it out.
They didn't cut it. They
Oh.
cleaned it up for the trailer.
Oh, they cut it out. The price is right. Wrong, bitch. I want to hear that.
Remember, this is the late '90s, and we're still, trying to watch the cursing, and we never had Red Band trailers yet, right? So on the movie theaters. So yeah, they had to clean it up. And plus, if they had revealed that line during the trailer, it wouldn't. You already expected it, and so it was a surprise for everybody.
Yeah, you're
That,
right.
you know, just having Adam Sandler calling Bob Barker a bitch. So yeah, it was actually on the other day too on
Oh, really?
on True TV, uncut. I mean, cut for commercial, but uncut for like, or uncensored. So they played
Really? Uncensored on TV.
Yeah, I mean, they're not gonna show the if there's like any nudity on there. They'll let the cuss words fly on network TV. It's nice. It's nice.
Nice. I like cuss words on in regular TV.
I know, right? It's about time. They just let it go. The original, the release should be always, played. People already pay for cable. Why am I getting, cleaned up versions of the shit that I want to watch?
Exactly. Well, let's watch Happy Gilmore 2.
Oh, before that, you ever go to Walmart?
Yeah, of
Like
course I
during,
do.
I mean, during the 90s and early 2000s, they'd
No,
sell
I
fucking,
I
they
don't remember
sell
that.
or I don't know, they used to, I don't know if they do it now, but they used to sell cleaned up versions of rap albums at Walmart.
Really? Rat
Like
albums.
they
Round and
totally
round.
edited the
What comes
fucking,
around goes around.
yeah, they edited the fucking the albums to get rid of the cuss words. They even have the
Wow.
artists like re-record it without the cuss words. It's like, this is lame. Like,
Wow.
why do I want to edit this shit?
Wow, Rat. I like Rat.
Yeah, man. If you ever heard of like the Dr. Dre first album and bought it from Walmart and it's the edited version, man, that was like the wackest shit ever. Hey.
F the police. What they say? Fudge
Miss
the
Still
police.
remembers. Miss Still remembers. It's the PG versions. Yeah. Oh, luckily I got my music from like BMG and Columbia House for $1 a piece, or like for a penny, and then buy like 10 more at a fucking inflated price. Yeah.
I think everybody made that mistake as a kid.
I don't think it was a mistake. I think you still spent equal amount of money if you were going to buy it from Warehouse or Tower Records. Like, yeah, you
I
could
think
get
it
bid
was.
out for the
I
first
think the company
CD.
was called Rainbow Records when I was a kid.
No, BMG and
No,
Columbia.
no. The actual store was when I was a kid was called Rainbow.
Oh, Rainbow. Oh,
Even
not Tower
e-
Records or Warehouse.
even before there was Warehouse or Tower Records,
Oh wow,
it was called Rainbow.
I don't remember that, but
No, that's before your time, of course.
before my time. All right,
Before your
let's
time.
take a look at this trailer here.
Arnold. Jacko. Tiger. SpongeBob? What is that? What's with the beaver teeth? I haven't swung a club in years. I'm a little intimidated. All these guys hit it big now. I don't know where to start.
Come on, brother. Grip it and rip it.
I guess I need to update my happy place to something a little more age appropriate.
Mr. Gilmore?
Holy shit.
We're not done with golf. Let them see the happy I fell in love with.
Yeah. Let's go.
We'll put a little extra into this one.
I am so sorry.
Only on Netflix.
Only on Netflix. It's also on Comic Con weekend, I think.
Yeah, it is. The 25th will be gone.
Oh, we could probably catch it on the plane.
On
besides that
Netflix?
is, I love Adam. I still love Adam. Such a goofball. Yes, and we get some cameos on this one too, right? You got a
Yeah,
John
we get some
Daly.
cameos.
We get Ben Stiller back as the former nurse of the care
Old
home.
folks home.
Yeah. What was his line on the first movie?
You're
in my world now, Grandma.
You want to do garden duty now?
What was there was other?
He says
another
that to the
cameo.
lady because her fingers hurt. Her fingers
Yeah.
hurt. He goes, "Now you're doing yard duty."
There's some other people missing from it. Like it's crew from the earlier days, but we saw Farmer Fran who did the nipple thing on the beach, which is same Farmer Fran on the Water Boy. Who else was on there?
He always has his buddies on his films.
Yeah, like the guys from Grandma's Boy. If I think him and Rob Schneider are still friends, Rob Schneider should be on there.
Nice Filipino guy.
Uh, yeah, he's also a MAGA.
Is he? I didn't know that.
He is. But again, if he's part of the crew, he should be on there. Who else? I don't know who the young lady is, but they brought back the same girl from the first movie as his love interest. Rest in peace, Bar Barker and Carl Weathers. So at least, hopefully, we got a little bit of a tribute for them on this movie.
A cameo.
Yeah, well, like a little tribute. Because I think he was slated. No, wait, no. Carl Weathers' character is already dead, so he would not be even if they filmed it from 2 years ago. And Carl Weathers just recently died from last year. Yeah, I don't think he would have filmed anything. Uh, but yeah, it looks good.
Looks funny.
Yeah, and direct to Netflix. There's some stigma before, like during the 90s and early 2000s, where if it's like it's a shitty movie or a B movie, that it goes directly to Cinemax or HBO and plays in the afternoons. You know, it never got like a theatrical release. And do you feel that way if it goes straight to Netflix?
I still have that stigma. Yeah, I still feel that stigma. Yeah,
Okay.
we go straight to Netflix because I mean, if he wanted to go to the theaters, it would be in the theaters. So it's got to either don't have the money or the backing of the studio. So that's why it went straight to Netflix. I guess I
Okay.
don't know.
But if it's a Netflix produce, it should just go directly to Netflix. No. Unlike it was like the Bill and Ted's it's the prequel and then Coming to America, which was all released on Amazon. Didn't get a theatrical release, but I think it made a pretty good showing on streaming. And I think that was like the whole catch of like getting people to sign up for Prime was those are the two movies that are exclusive to Prime.
I guess so. I just still have that feeling. If it goes like straight to DVD or something like that, it's not as
Yeah,
produced as well as the script is not written.
there's not a lot of commercial hype for it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it, it could be pretty good. It could be good. It's Adam Sandler. I don't think he's done anything bad.
I'm ready from to go.
Yeah, we're talking about Adam Sandler. What is in his late 50s now, early 60s?
Is he?
Would it
I
still
don't
be
know.
the same Adam Sandler from the 90s?
How old is Adam Sandler?
Oh, that's the Google machine. Adam Sandler.
I'm asking. Adam Sandler.
58 years old.
Well, he's born in
66, September 9th. He's a Virgo.
September 9th, 1966.
Yep. Oh, no
So he's
wonder
gonna
him
be.
back.
Yeah, he's gonna be. He's gonna be 59
59.
pretty soon.
Yeah, 59. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. He's in late 50s, going on 60. And dressing like he's pretty comfortable. So if remember how he dressed in the I think it was the Oscars or was it the Academy Awards? I can't remember what it was the last award show if he was on there.
Was he? How was he dressed there?
Like he's got a Hawaiian shirt on and shorts and gym
Oh,
shorts.
really? You gotta love that. You gotta love
Dude
that.
is that dude is rich, and that's how he
I,
dresses. Like, dude,
I think he's worth 400 million.
oh, damn, he doesn't have to flaunt it. That's for sure.
What
Good
does the
for
Google
him.
machine say? I think 400 million.
He's Gen X. Yes. He's the beginning of Gen X. There, best SNL characters ever. Opera Man. What was that?
480 million he's worth. 480
480.
million, according to the Google.
Him and Chris Farley and Spade together were magic. Yeah.
Yeah, Farley died way too young.
Wow. I wonder how movies would be today if Farley was still alive. Like, would we have a Jack Black, right? If Farley,
Yeah,
was
we
alive.
probably wouldn't have Jack Black if Farley was alive, because all those movies would have went to Farley.
I would have. Yeah. Damn.
You would have Farley doing House. What was it? What was the movie he played? When he played a teacher that taught music, House of Rock, or
House of Rock, yeah, or Farley doing Shallow Hal, where
yeah, yeah,
it was
yeah.
Gwyneth Paltrow as like the big girl, and then he would
He sees her as a small girl.
yeah, or Farley as Nacho Libre.
Yeah, Farley is Nacho Libre. Well, Farley is. I wonder if Farley would have did a low budget movie like what's that movie he Orange County? Wasn't that movie?
That's such an indie flick though. I don't think Farley would have done that. Because Farley would have been have a bigger name than Jack Black. Jack Black during that time was coming off of Cable Guy. Maybe a little small stint from what was it? Demolition Man. He did a small like character on Demolition Man, and so by the time he finished Cable Guy, I think he jumped on the Orange County, but we didn't get pure Jack Black up until our
House of Rock.
our guilty pleasure movie, my guilty pleasure movie, which was Saving Silverman.
Saving Silverman. I
Yeah,
love that movie.
Yeah, so that's when like the true Jack Black really came out, was on that movie. So it says Rock was in their crew too, 4 of them together. Yeah, that's why they made Grown Ups. And how many sequels of Grown Ups? Like 3?
2, I think.
Those were favorite years of SNL. SNL during that time, yes. That whole cast, I think, really went big. I think even a little bit later with Will Ferrell joined. I think.
I always thought Kevin Nealon was funny.
But
he always does Sandler movies too.
Yeah, but it's a dry shtick. It's I don't know. For me, it's a little bit highbrow, but it's also funny because remember on Grandma's Boys, he played this hippie tech guy.
Yeah,
right?
he played this hippie tech guy. Yeah.
But on Happy Gilmore, he played that dad golfer kind of deal.
Be the ball. See the ball.
Yeah.
Make the ball go home. The ball wants to go home.
You know what it reminds me of? The character on the one with Bill Murray, Caddyshack 2.
Caddyshack 2?
Where
Bill Murray wasn't in Caddyshack 2.
Yeah, but
Aykroyd was.
Was it Aykroyd or was it Chevy Chase who did the
Oh, Chevy Chase did the no.
Kevin Nealon reminds me of that character right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think his name was Ty in that movie.
I think so. I think so. How many tangents did we go on today?
Too many.
Okay. We should just name the show Tangents.
Tangents. Cotangent.
Yeah.
Sine.
Don't bring in math, please. Don't bring in math. I think that's when they were all on. Yeah, I think during that era, definitely. When Conan O'Brien was a writer there, the skits were gold.
Conan's gold.
I don't know if he had a lot of screen time on SNL, but if he was just like behind the scenes writing, I think him and then the actors themselves wrote the skits. So who
else was a writer that I loved that wrote there? He was a comedian. He worked with Conan for a while too. He did Cabin Boy. What's his name? Who was the actor that starred in Cabin Boy?
Cabin Boy.
Did you ever see that movie, Cabin Boy? Cabin Boy, the movie.
I did not. I was thinking
that's a movie you should watch.
Chris Elliott.
That guy is hilarious. He wrote for Saturday Night Live during that time.
Oh, that's right.
I think he was the lead writer at that time. Cabin Boy.
think-
You
I
got to
think
watch
he-
that movie.
I think he peaked when he did Scary Movie 2. When he played the Hansel, the butler with the deformed hand. I think that's when he peaked. Because other than that, I don't remember him in anything else. So Miss O says he did all these great remote shows on YouTube a few years ago. Wow. Philip Conan, did you guys see his YouTube remotes in Cuba?
I watched him live at San Diego Comic-Con when he used to do his show from San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah, that's right. And then he was giving away those Conan Funkos.
Bobblehead. I have one.
Those are worth some money.
A lot of money. I have one.
You lucky son of a bitch.
I'm a lucky son of a something.
Your mom is not a.
I know.
But,
I didn't take it like that. I didn't take it like
you
that.
You just a lucky son. You lucky son. Well, Mike, we're over an hour here, and it's always fun with you.
It's always fun.
So
and Miss So, it's fun with Miss So.
Always fun with Miss So. So let's do this again next Saturday. Mike, what would you like to know about?
I'd like to say love, peace, and cosplay. You can get me at all the major social medias. If you want something done, let me know. I can hook you up. You'll be happy.
Hold on. Before we go, show them what you're working on. Show them what you're working on.
Oh, I bought this gun. This gun at Fan Expo. It's made of metal. It looks cool. But the character I have, see how much I love my cosplay. The character has pearl handles on his gun, and this is the color that it came with. So I could not let this go. So since the character has to be legit, he has to have pearl handles.
Okay,
so I changed
it
to
the whole
pearl.
convention for white handles on guns, and we found the gun that you like, but yet not the handle. So you go and paint it per the character.
Character.
What Mike can do for you once you commission him, he will make
It'll
sure
be legit.
The character that you want to cosplay will be 100% true to the source material. So catch Mike on all the socials. You'll find him if you want a cosplay. Mike, what else before we go here?
Just I love you, Red.
I love you too, bud. We love you, Miss O, and be nice to each other. We see you next week. Hope.
Love, peace, and cosplay.
Later. Wrong one.
Thanks again for listening to another episode of the Sealess Villains podcast, your cultivators of the comic culture. Make sure you follow us on Facebook and email us at sealessvillains@gmail.com. You can also leave us a voicemail